assault and long prison sentences.
The police attacking us.
For their part, the authorities fear chaos and instability. The blue spray is laced with tear gas. It stings. In the face of government intransigence and aggressive policing, a protest movement has morphed into a total rejection of China's political system. And some have turned away from peaceful marches to catapults and bows and arrows. This is Hong Kong, 2019.
We've just heard that a police officer has been hit by one of these arrows, and they've now said they could use live ammunition in response. This is exactly how this thing keeps on escalating.
An argument breaks out between the men operating the catapult and another protester.
We should not use this weapon to attack the police.
Are you okay? Are you afraid?
No.
Yes. It's a scary situation.
But in the heat of the battle, it's the more radical voices that shout the loudest.
It's hard to avoid the conclusion that Beijing's tactic here is let Hong Kong burn. They can show it to people back home and say, look, this is what happens when you get too much freedom.
As dusk falls, there's a sense that a line is about to be crossed. A line from which there may be no turning back. From the ramparts of their fortress campus, the protesters watch as more police forces move into position. But we're now effectively surrounded. There are police on all sides, and they've just announced that unless everyone surrenders, they're going to come in here and arrest everybody by force, including using lethal force if necessary. In the darkness, some ditch their masks and disappear into the night. Now, only the most committed remain.
Here is the last university that the police didn't go inside.
What? You're upset?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm a first aider, and they all left. All the first aider from my team, they already left.
The protesters have two aims: to defend the campus and to cripple traffic flows into the city. To do that, they must defend the bridges.
The police are over there and they're trying to come inside this university. The police comes here, everyone in the university will suffer.
The protesters use fire as the police use tear gas to repel the enemy.
Come with me. Come with me. Okay. They're saying we've got to get out of here. It's dangerous, and actually I agree with them. This whole bridge is full of petrol bombs, and it's about to go off.
The fire they've lit begins to get out of control. They start moving their boxes of petrol bombs away, but it's too late. It's extraordinary that no one's hurt. As their strategic vantage point goes up in flames, they can do little but watch and trade insults with the police on the other side of the highway. All night, we watch the two sides play a kind of cat and mouse game. The protesters combine the catapult and the cocktail and perfect their aim. The police redouble their efforts with the water cannon. The protesters are exhausted, their numbers depleted. There are rumours of a ceasefire, and then At 5:30 in the morning, the police make their move from the side streets. The snatch squad appears out of the darkness. Firing rubber bullets and tear gas, picking out their targets with green laser sight.
This is a full-blown assault coming up the main entrance now, and there's all kinds of stuff flying around. It's hot. There's also a lot of smoke here.
The central stairwell is on fire. The defence is breached. The campus on the verge of being overrun. But inexplicably, the police retreat, taking a small number of protesters with them.
He was hit on the head by police with a baton.
We need to send him to the hospital.
You need to send him to hospital. Yeah.
As soon as possible.
Okay.
Because he needs a suture. It's very deep.
Okay.
If they took the campus, it'd be a key victory for the police. The arrest, identification and potential prosecution of an entire battalion of the city's masked protesters. Some seek ever more desperate ways to defend themselves. Others seem resigned to their fate. Then, all of a sudden, it's decided. No one's quite sure how or by whom. Escape. Down the still smouldering stairway, many of them far too young to be university students, clutching a final Molotov cocktail. Out in the morning sunshine, for a moment, it feels like it's all over. But it isn't. Every route they try, the police are there to block their escape. What was a mass breakout turns into a mass break back in again. More of them try their luck. It's the same story. This goes on all day. These battles seem doomed to repeat themselves. And with every cycle, the chance of a peaceful resolution gets slimmer and slimmer.